brings this woman away today? Please be seated. Good afternoon, family, friends, loved ones, and welcome. We are gathered together this day at the request of the two you see before me to bear witness and join in joyous celebration to the bond of love. A bond that both Brian and Amanda will affirm formally and publicly in matrimony. This is a contract not to be entered into lightly, but thoughtfully, seriously, and with a deep realization of its obligations and responsibilities. Today, we are not marking the start of a new journey. However, witnessing the next step in a relationship comprised of trust, experiences shared, and above all, love. Now, I must admit, I find myself surprised to be standing up here today. You see, it was about a year ago, I received a text from Brian one morning, and he asked me if I could officiate their wedding. I remember thinking to myself, I was just hoping for an invite. I had to call him to confirm that he was serious. He was. And here we are. I've known Brian since we were kids, and I had the pleasure of meeting Amanda very early in their relationship and have gotten to know her very well since. I consider you both some of my closest friends. So I guess when I really think about it, I'm not that surprised at all, because I don't see how this could have ended up anywhere else than where we stand right now. I would like to take a moment and share with you a narrative that I best feel encapsulates where you are now and where you go from here. Now you will feel no rain, for each of you will be shelter for the other. Now you will feel no cold, for you will be the warmth to each other. Now there will be no loneliness, for each of you will be companion to the other. Now you are two persons, but there is only one life before you. May beauty surround you both in the journey ahead and through all the years. May happiness be your companion and your days together be good and long upon the earth. Treat yourselves and each other with respect and remind yourselves often of what brought you together. When frustration, difficulty, and fear assail your relationship as they threaten relationships at one time or another, remember to focus on what is right between you, not only the part which seems wrong. In this way, you can ride out the storms when the clouds hide the face of the sun in your lives, remembering that even if you lose sight of it for a moment, the sun is still there. And if each of you takes responsibility for the quality of your life together, it will be marked by abundance and delight. At this time, I'd like to invite Angie Dean up to offer a few selected readings.
Ephesians 5:25-29, 31-33, King James Version. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church, and gave himself for it, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word, that he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. That he loveth his wife loveth himself. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourished it and cherished it, even as the Lord the church. For this cause shall a man leave his mother and father, and shall be joined unto his wife, and they two shall be one flesh. This is a great mystery, but I speak concerning Christ and the church. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife even as himself, and the wife see that she reverence her husband. 1 Corinthians 13:4-8, New International Version. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others, and it is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails.
Thank you, Angie. Brian and Amanda, if you would join hands, please. Brian, offer your response in the affirmative after you're asked each question. Brian, do you promise to keep Amanda as your favorite person, partner, and confidant?
I do.
To laugh and share in life's great joys?
I do.
To console and offer comfort in times of sorrow?
I do.
To love unconditionally all the days of your life?
Of course.
Amanda, please respond with affirmative answers if prompted. Amanda, do you promise to keep Brian as your favorite person, partner, and confidant?
I do.
To laugh and share in life's great joys?
I do.
To console and offer comfort in times of sorrow?
I do.
To love unconditionally all the days of your life?
I do.
Next, step aside. At this time, Brian and Amanda will now complete the Unity Sand ceremony. The sand vessel offers a physical token in remembrance of their commitment made to each other today. Each grain of sand representing an individual aspect in each of their lives: family, friends, health, work. Their sands, combined together, are now impossible to be separated. By combining their individual lives together into one vessel, they demonstrate unwavering commitment to one another. If the best man would present the rings, please. The ring is a circle and a symbol of love. Similar to the circle, love has no beginning and no end. It is eternal and never-ending. Brian and Amanda, allow this ring to serve as a reminder to yourselves the love you hold for one another and the vow you have made here today. Brian, place the ring on Amanda's left hand and repeat after me.
After me.
With this ring,
With this ring,
I, Brian, take you, Amanda,
I, Brian, take you, Amanda,
to be my lawfully wedded wife,
to be my lawfully wedded wife,
to love, honor, and protect
to love, honor, and protect,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer or for poorer,
from this day until the end of time.
from this day until the end of time.
Amanda, place the ring on Brian's left hand and repeat after me. With this ring,
With this ring,
I, Amanda, take you, Brian,
I, Amanda, take you, Brian,
to be my lawfully wedded husband,
to be my lawfully wedded husband,
to love, honor, and protect
to love, honor, and protect,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
for richer or for poorer,
for richer or for poorer,
from this day until the end of time.
from this day until the end of time.
And by the power vested in me by American Marriage Ministries and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I now pronounce you and wife. Julie, do the thing.
At this time, I would ask for Brian to return to the dance floor to be accompanied by his mother.
It's not the big things, but the little things that can mean more. I don't have to go through. Passes by, I don't think of you. You were always there for me. Pushing me, guiding me, always to succeed. You showed me when I was young just how to grow. You showed me everything that I achieved. You showed me just how to walk without your hands. 'Cause all
Make some noise for Brian and Rita, everybody.
And we are more than thrilled to be here today to celebrate your commitment to one another. I met Amanda 3 years ago when I started dating the best man, my now husband, Josh. Brian and Josh were living together in Limerick, which by default made Amanda and I weekend roomies. Those were the days of endless hours of TV and movies, late night beers, and Amanda and Brian's culinary specialty, frozen chicken patties with mac and cheese. Amanda was completing her associate's degree, Brian was working late hours at the casino, and when life gave us a moment to breathe, we were simply having a blast together. I fast forward 3 years later, and I'm amazed by the wonderful couple sitting in front of me today. Amanda, you have accomplished so very much in the past 3 years. From graduating with your bachelor's degree, to your first job in accounting, to the purchase of your beautiful home, you've blossomed into a sophisticated, independent woman who I'm both proud and honored to call my friend. You have always been very thoughtful and you value your relationships. I remember during my bachelorette party, despite your shy nature, you stood up in front of a room of women and gave a small toast. You pushed yourself out of your comfort zone for a friendship, and I remember thinking to myself that you will be a lifelong friend. It's these qualities, your dedication to family and friends, your generous nature, your loyalty, that I know will make you an amazing wife and a perfect addition to the family. Brian, from day one, when you were so smoothly playing Josh's wingman for him, I knew we would have a special bond. You're fun-loving, family-oriented, and you have outstanding magic tricks. Your love for Amanda shines through in every aspect of your life, and I know that you will continue to make her happy for the rest of your lives. Amanda and Brian, your relationship embodies the true meaning of partnership and love. Over the years, I've seen you two build each other up, love each other unconditionally, and be each other's biggest cheerleaders. The world is your oyster, and the possibilities for the two of you are endless as you face life together. I end this speech reiterating the themes discussed over the past minute or so: family, friendship, and love. As your family and friend circles continue to grow, it is now time for you two to be your own little family unit. My wish for you is that you take these memories upon which you have built your relationship over the past 4 years and move forward making your own memories as a family. Remember to take time out to simply be with one another. Laugh, be adventurous, start your own traditions. Today is just the start of this beautiful chapter in your lives. I ask that we all raise our glasses and toast to Amanda and Brian. May each new day find your hearts a little closer, your lives a little fuller, and your love a little deeper. Cheers.
Cheers. It's already good.
Fornication. Excuse me, I'm sorry. For an occasion. I'm sorry. Fornication such as this. It is customary for the appointed best man to deliver a speech to recognize the newlyweds on their special day. You know, a wise man once told me that the best man speech lasts as long as it takes for the groom to make love. Thank you, everyone. Really though, we come here today to celebrate the marriage of Brian and Amanda. I personally like to thank Gillian and Jose, and Reed and Uncle Harry, Brian and Amanda, for having all of us together to celebrate this special occasion. I'm standing up here tonight representing the category for Best Man. It is truly an honor to be standing here. I could say it was an unjustified appointment, but in all honesty, I could not appoint me. I'm good looking, I'm charming, and witty. I mean, the list could go on, but I obviously have to get through this speech so we can all continue enjoying the celebration. In all honesty, though, I'm not really the best man. The true best man here tonight is Mr. Brian D. Some of you may not know this, but Brian was my best man in my life. After all, aside from the epic memories we have from growing up together, he's the reason I am married to who I am married to today. As Jackie alluded to in her speech, that he played my wingman on the night that we met. He is truly one of my closest friends. One of my closest family members, and it really does mean a lot for him to ask me to stand by his side on his wedding day, when he has so many other close people to him in his life. So with the appointment of best man comes a role and responsibility, writing his speech. With that, I have one question for you, Brian. Do you trust me? On May 14, 1989, at 6:08 p.m., at Suburban Mercy Hospital, the world was graced by the presence of Mr. Brian Alexander Dean. I figured I would jump on the internet to reference this day in history, but it appears that absolutely not one other thing of importance happened. However, after a little more research, I learned that the maternity staff at Suburban Mercy Hospital still refer to this day as Ugly Baby Sunday. That was for the bald spot. Some of you in this room may not know the history between Brian and I. We were cousins, we grew up together. Some of my my favorite memories that stand out include numerous trips down to the camper, numerous hours traversing the dungeons in The Legend of Zelda amongst many other video games. The Halloween parade where we always speak of, where Brian and I dressed up as acrobats and went tumbling down the main street in Royersford and winning silver dollars. Our beach trip to Ocean City, Maryland, where we acted like we were Abercrombie models and performed our own photo shoot running in slow motion down the beach. I believe that was actually Brian's MySpace profile pic for a little while. MySpace. The piano duet we performed when taking piano class in college without ever having traditional piano lessons, and receiving a standing ovation with encores requested. The list of memories could go on. I guess despite the level of annoyed I felt every time Brian used me as his test subject for any magic tricks he had under development, I even enjoyed those memories too. Brian and I were roommates in college where he pledged to the Zeta Beta Tau fraternity, in which I was already a member, and became my brother. But this fraternal bond of brotherhood didn't really make a difference because it's always felt as if Brian was a brother to me. I mean, after all, I think he truly is the only person in which I have actually formulated a secret handshake. Oh,
You gonna do it right now?
that's pretty good.
Do your handshake. Put your pants on.
That's not more of a handshake. Wow. I didn't expect that you were going to perform it for you. After our college days, the party continued where Brian and I were roommates and lived together in Limerick. That is when Amanda came. I have to say that when Amanda initially came into the picture, I wasn't quite sure how to feel. Brian told me that he was chatting with this girl he had met. I got a vibe that he seemed really into her, and that she was an interesting chick. He told me she was hot, that they seemed to have very similar interests, and that she was so sweet that she didn't even use curse words. He wasn't lying. I remember one time I started cracking up when he told me that when they were texting, she used the term LMBO, which stood for laughing my butt off. I was like, I'm not sure how this is going to pan out. It's immature of us, but there usually is a curse word in every other naturally formed sentence in our circle of friends. I think she's a little bit corrupted now too from our company. So. From the time I met Amanda in person, I could always tell she had a good heart. She has a reserved personality, but it's clear that once she gets to know you, she will open up her heart and keep you close. From what I've learned of Amanda, she has the ability to tune into the interests of others and really using those interests as a way to continue enhancing her relationships. Almost. It's been a tremendous privilege to see the journey of Brian and Amanda from the very beginning and to watch it grow into what it is today. I tried to start this speech with more of a comedic tone and to keep levity to it, but clearly when writing through it, it went the mushy route. Brian and Amanda have such an important spot in my heart that I suppose throughout writing, it's naturally just turned into this type of speech. I am elated to be able to officially call Amanda family. The love that the two of you have for each other clearly shows, and it is so great to see both of you so happy in your companionship. I look forward to the many years to come where the two of you continue your journey as you have turned the page today in the next chapter of your lives. I've been up here for a little while, and I figured that by now I can start bringing this to a close before you all pass out on me. So before I make a toast with the newly married couple, I'd like to read you a quick poem which I feel describes marriage. The perfect groom is gentle, never harsh, cruel, or mean. The perfect groom has a beautiful smile, and he keeps his face so clean. The perfect groom likes children and will raise them by your side. He will be a good father and a husband to his bride. The perfect groom likes cooking, cleaning, and doing laundry too. He will do anything in his power to show his love for you. The perfect groom is sweet, writing poetry in your name. He's the best friend to your mother, and he kisses away your pain. He would never make you cry or hurt you in any way. And if this poem stands to be true, then Brian, you're kind of gay. At this time, I'd like to ask everyone to raise their glasses. From this day forward, you begin building your life together. May the two of you and all of us be blessed with good health, stability, and a brighter tomorrow. To love, to laughter, to a happily ever after. To Mr. and Mrs. Brian and Amanda Dean.
Here, here.